As you can see, we're hopping on board here with Roosevelt right off the bat. Of course, our team is made up of
Extended Energy Magazine here.
Hitbox and Unknown. Both Kogestu and Unknown are both Masters Peak players. And Hitbox is coming back from a long hiatus of Apex Legends. Before that, he got Pred for a little bit and then played some ALGS quals, made ALGS, got that sweet ALGS badge that he can show off to everybody. Right now, they're kind of in that tree area. Let's go see if we can find any early fights. I believe UMT is a little bit close to that maroon team right here. See if they can find anybody. Getting some increased loot vision with Loba. They're running Loba, Ash, and then I actually forget who this last character is, so I'm not going to lie to you. I always forget his name, but it's okay. Looks like Purdue Black's already getting in a fight. Gets one knock. Oh, cracked and down. Dreamcast lasts alive and wipes a squad. Royals Apex, first squad to die in this finals. Purdue Black's going to get a pretty quick reset. Going to go res that last person. Looks like they're getting shot at again. I do not know who's running up on them, but Ballistic is his name, of course. Ballistic going to just run away here. Cat's going to run away as well. Looks like the Ash is getting thirsted a little bit. Let's see who's shooting him. So let's see. I do not know what team that was. Purdue Black at 16. Let's see if we can find him here. Where did Purdue Black land? Ah, Geyser. That was the Geyser team. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, hopping on with a couple other teams. Looks like Bing Apex and Purdue Black are going to be finding each other. Looks like they've completely split Purdue. I don't know who they're going to go for here. Looks like Admiral Macron is running away, and they might be following Dreamcast here. Trying to get some kills, but it looks like they've efficiently ran away. And Purdue Gold running up behind everybody right now. Dreamcast could die here, but there is a fight going on in Storm, I think. This is risky. This is Cat U. Cat U's already has it down right here. Dreamcast running into zone, trying to get a little bit more loot. Maybe using the respawn because they do have the beacon. I don't know if he sees HACC. They are deploying the respawn, or the jump tower, so they may not see Dreamcast at all. Yeah, he's ratting a little bit, waiting for zone to go. Playing under this little floor. But Cat U's still here. Cat U's still alive. I don't know if he's going to go for the res right now. Maybe they'll go for his beacon. They don't even have it yet, so they're going to have to recover it and then get it to the respawn beacon right here. But I don't think they see each other. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's going to be dead. Risky's going to kill Dreamcast, and it looks like Admiral Macron is the last one alive for Purdue Black, and he only has one banner. Purdue Gold and Bing Apex kind of taking separate routes here. HACC is in the clear, got out of zone. And then let's see where our Roosevelt Lakers are right now. Running up as a team, still some white Evos. Running up as a team, trying to get into the city here. See if we can find some fights going on. They do know that this team, St. Clair, is in this building. They did crack one of us. Got a good snare out. Looks like we're going to take the train tracks here, try and heal up a little bit. Doesn't look like we're in too much immediate danger. This team in Frag is kind of just holding this building, see what they can get some angles on. Looks like Roosevelt's going to take this one of these big buildings right here. And we are going to see if we can get on board with any other teams. Looks like there's a fight between Purdue and another team right here. Looks like the Newcastle set up his mobile shield in that little building right there. Tries to get some nades, but looks like they're just going to disengage. I don't know if Kaiser knows that this team is landing on them. They're playing Valk. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Valk Ash could be devastating. I don't think he hit anything with his Q, but the Ballistic does have his ability on him. It's going to be a crack right there for them. Ooh, and a quick down, and another down, and Purdue Black, just like that, is immediately dead. UB Varsity is going to see if they can sneak in and get a quick third, but little do they know, Kaiser Navy didn't really get cracked at all, and they're already out. Maybe there's going to be a new fight between Bing and UB. Don't really know. There's a height advantage for one of those teams now. Let's see if we can find any other fights to go to. Looks like King's College is getting in a little fight right now. Also, if you guys can hear me in the chat, let me know. Just going to Alt-Tab so I can bring up the chat so we can all talk a little bit. King's College getting pushed a little bit by Southern Miss. This is the team to watch in this tournament. Southern Miss almost getting a kill. That should be a down right there. Oh my god, did he? Okay, he got one. Yep. And then Morgana's going to go down. That is a down right there. 2 downs for that team. They are going to be pushing up a little bit, and Gelatin is the last alive for King's College. Going to try and rat it out in this corner. Do they check him? If he turned around, maybe he'd see him. I do not. Okay, yeah, he'll probably see him right here. Check this corner, and he's dead. King's College is going to be that 3rd team or 4th team to get eliminated here by Southern Miss. Southern Miss playing edge, playing it nice and safe. Now, let's see if we can find some more fights here, ladies and gentlemen. UMT Maroon moving up to this big building here. They might come across a team. Let's see if they can do any damage with this Sentinel here. Looks like 2 players on UMT have already gotten cracked. That's a 68 crack to the Ash. Going to see if he can get a knock there to support his team. Going to have to back up and bat. But this player is 1 HP. So Ash is going to see if they can push. Get a little bit of KP. But I think they're just going to fall off. Maybe go around the other side of the building. Then send it. That's a knock right there for UMT Maroon. Going to get the thirst. Uh-oh. But UMT, Loba goes down. Newcastle walls over to his teammate. Oh, no. Oh, no. And Kaiser Lakeland is already eliminated. UMT going to reset here. Only 1 down, 1 crack. They should be all good there. Let's hop on board with our Lakers. We only have 1 blue and 2 whites. Playing a little safe. Playing some safe and smart Apex here. The only thing you have to worry about here if you're the Lakers, the Roosevelt Lakers, is late game. You don't want to be marching into final zone with a blue Evo. Everybody's basically going to look at you as soon as they find out you only have blue. Hitbox running R9 Scout. Scout, of course, being really good with the ammo economy, and then R9 for that close quarter stuff. Unknown 77 here running Scout P20. And then Kojestu running R301 Mastiff. The only thing I have to say about this is that all the light ammo on the map is going to be heavily contested for by each of these guys. Cat U playing a little bit outside his zone, getting gate kept by Purdue Gold. Looks like they're going to Ashold onto this crane right here. Try and heal up, try and get a better position, jump down, take the bridge. I don't know if Purdue wants to push this, but I do think that they have an easy gatekeep fight going on here from Bing Apex, and they're going to get wiped. They get wiped there by Purdue Gold. Purdue Gold's still 3 alive. Cat U jumping all the way in through the choke, but Southern Miss is pushing Purdue Gold here. Looks like they're going to see if they can get some shots. Cat using that choke point right there. And it looks like Purdue Gold's they're in zone right now, but they're in a pretty precarious position right here. Southern Miss trying to get some shots in on that building. Just don't want to go down if you're ballistic right here. They have no support legends. They're running triple assault, which is very interesting. I guess the thought there is we don't think we're going to go down at all. We think we're going to steamroll everybody, maybe take some support legends for match point. Trading some shots back and forth. Look like Silverhawk's going to get cracked here. That nade I don't believe will be... okay, it blows 1 door of that building. And they're going to get fully sent. Southern Miss taking the top floor. See if he can run in, get some kills. Arcstar in, gets a stick. Oh, man. Crack on the Ash. Ash should be going down here any second now. Ash is down. Fuse is down. And that is Purdue Gold done and dusted by Southern Miss. Hopping on with Kaiser Navy right here. I don't believe they'll be looking to gatekeep Southern Miss at all, just because you'd kind of have to go through this super small area right here. But Cat U getting in a fight here, gatekeeping a team in ring. Looks like that Crypto is going to come out, do a little Evo damage. Let's see who this is. I believe this is Baylor Gold. Yep. Kimchi, Radic, and Bible Sword. Definitely going to want to shoot that Crypto drone out of the air. Stabilize a little bit, and then see if they can find a way to get out of zone. Cat U poured out just to take a building. They said, screw that fight. We don't want to be here anymore. And it looks like they are looking at Shriner. So 2 really good teams, Cat U and Shriner, I believe 2 and 3 in the rankings here in ECAC. That's going to be a couple nades in, going to get some cracks. Bang is cracked. Icy's down from Cat U. Risky's down, and Cat U, just like that, is gone. Not a single person on Shriner has been cracked. But look at this. Southern Miss coming in to contest a building right next to them. And these are two pretty big powerhouses right now in College Apex. Going to see if he can get a crack there on the Newcastle. The ballistic Q comes out. Not going to be able to get anything done. Misses an arc star. If I were them, I wouldn't be using any nades here. It looks like X-Mank goes down there. Bang goes down. They're going to try and stabilize here. Oh, no. But Baylor's coming out of zone. Baylor's going to take the building. See if they can contest this here. And it looks like Southern Miss. Southern Miss is out. Southern Miss has ported out. Baylor takes their building. And that is that. Shriner making sure that they can at least pressure a little bit. Bang ult comes out. Triple take Eva. Interesting here. Triple take with those charge shots definitely does a lot of damage. Try and get those Rampart shields out of the way just to make some chip damage a little bit easier. TJ Hale's definitely doing an aggressive angle here in the zone. Wait until it closes a little bit. Trying to get some free shots in. Wow, he already has a red shield. Looks like he's getting shot from everywhere. I believe that's our Roosevelt Lakers shooting those long shots. They are triple blue now. Just shooting some, some crack shots with the G7, trying to get your Evo up, trying to establish a little early zone presence. This is very good for Roosevelt. They can basically keep this building forever. The only issue is everybody and their grandmother will be rotating into them. So, back over here to Shriner.
Let's go this way.
Not really much going on. They're not getting contested. Aquix is in, so that's 3 of them on this building right here. Baylor kind of like where they're at right now. Both Baylor and Shriner kind of like where they're at. They have buildings on the edge of zone. Southern Miss has to make a move to come to one of them. But both of those teams kind of like where they're at right now. I think that Shriner has the better spot of the two because, at least for Baylor, you have to worry about Southern Miss contesting them. But there are a whole host of teams over here in these buildings over here. And I believe this is Frag, in Frag East. Going to get some cracks over there. And it looks like UB is just going to be chilling, some P20s, some Nemesis. No attachments on the P20. They're going to look to port on this rock. They're going to try and get ahead of things with this zone. See if they can port up there, make an easy move, and go about their business. I do not know how many heals they have, though. Looks like right now, I don't believe any kills for your Roosevelt Lakers. We can check, though. Roosevelt has 1. Okay. Kojestu has a kill. Good stuff. UB's taking a lot of time. Who is this, though? Campbellsville coming to land in. I think Kojestu's the only one that knows. They got to find some pot shots on these guys. They just landed. More teams solidifying themselves in zone. Southern Miss basically taking this whole area. Ooh. UMT Maroon and UB Varsity having a fight here. UB Varsity's running that Ash comp with Newcastle Lifeline. Very safe. Very, very safe. Okay, Lifeline's going to, or Lobo's going to go down on the other team, but you want to make sure you don't take too much damage here from zone. Down to about 100 HP total. Lifeline's going to shield back up. Lifeline ult's going to come out. Mobile shield's going to come out. Bang ult, just want to survive that. And then you are good to go. Roosevelt is actually in a very good position here. They don't have too many kills, but they have really good zone priority. You have a building. You have a big open field in front of you. And it looks like Unknown's going to get that kill on Bulldog, and UB Varsity's going to be down for the count. Going to try and get some pot shots into that little car there. See if you can get some more KP, some more damage. Let's see kills on Southern Miss right here. One of our teams to watch. 4, 5, and 3. So that is looking like around 12 kills for Southern Miss. 12 KP, that's pretty ridiculous. And still 6 squads left. Basically just trying to maximize a little bit. Looks like we have Kaiser Navy going all the way around. Taking the long road. Excuse me while I drink some water. But until then, they're going to have a little bit of a little loot switch up. See if they can find an opening in this building here. I don't know if they know if anybody's in it, but it looks like Kaiser is basically going to come toe-to-toe with Maverick right here. Maverick ready for the fight. Gets arc starred, might get stunned. Ballistic Q is out. Oh, but it looks like Kaiser's going to take the bottom side of these buildings. Uh-oh, looks like they have nowhere to go. Almost cracked by 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 2 are cracked. If I were them, I'd just be trying to get in that building. You have Ashport. You might as well get out from there. These are free shots for Maverick right here. They're going to try and push him here. Looks like Roosevelt's going to be rotating late. This kind of worries me a little bit. They're going to ash up to the train car. Going to want to do that now. Ash ult is a little bit bad. You're going to have to climb up a little bit, but we should be okay. That's going to be a late rotate from them, and it looks like Southern Miss is on them. Going to see what happens. They're going to try and get X-Mank down here, but it is not going to come out. Cat Wall comes out here. New comp for Roosevelt this week. I believe this is the first week we've played Cat. Kaiser Navy eliminated there. Going to try and get that Newcastle ult out. Get a few shots in. They see him on that rock. That could be it for Kojestu. And then it looks like Roosevelt will be taking some serious damage here. Getting some crazy fights. Gets a knock. Gets a crack. Okay. Hitbox going to get some KP. Just going to try and get alive. Okay, and that is it for Roosevelt getting 4th in that game. Maverick going to die maybe to zone here. That's that for them. Southern Miss. Second squad left. It's just Southern Miss and Baylor Gold. Let's stay on Southern Miss here. See if we can get some shots of them taking this one down. They have a lot of kills. That's 16 kills, I believe, right now. X-Mank pushing up. See if we can kill this this Rampart right here. Almost a crack. T-Hales, 1 HP, but Ozen Boy's coming in with that boosted Rampage, trying to clean some up. He'll get a knock. P20's come out, and it should be a 2v1 here for Southern Miss as they try to clean up this first game here in the finals. All right. Let's look at some kill leaderboards. Southern Miss first, 763. Baylor Gold, 311. Maverick, 421. Roosevelt, 211. That's not terrible for a first game for Roosevelt, just trying to get to that match point. Not a lot of KP, but the placement is exactly where you want it to be. Not too bad for the boys here. Roosevelt at 4th, like I said. Maverick, 7 kills, respectable little 3rd place there. I believe their positioning was just a little rough at the end. Baylor Gold playing for placement, and then, of course, Southern Miss, the boys. The final boss, that is going to be around... that's going to be around 19 kills there. A lot of points for them. or boys at Roosevelt. Let's see. Looks like unknown. Getting this far building here, just making sure nobody's pushing them. And then, okay, Kaiser Navy shooting a little dragon here. No point in not shooting that early game. Nobody's really around you. Everybody's looting. Everybody's minding their business. One recent addition to the game is those little weapon caches you see when you drop down on the ground. I believe I could be wrong, but I believe the weapon caches are a little bit random. I believe you can get anywhere from 1 to 3 weapon caches per drop. And that is obviously the different ammo types. So if there's a light weapon cache, you'd get an array of weapons, all the light weapons. You get 2 ammo packs that recharge, and then per weapon cache, you can upgrade your weapon if it is the same type of ammo as the cache. You can upgrade it once, which basically, if you have all white attachments, it'll give you 1 blue attachment, and so on and so forth. Do not believe there are any fights yet, but it looks like Purdue Black's going to be running into a little bit of a challenge here with HACC, depending on if they look at each other. I don't think they will, though. Purdue Black's just going to try and go through this this choke point, get this Evo Harvester, and call it a day. But with that being said, okay, they're going to turn around. Yeah, Hitbox saw where they were. Going to see that they're rotating out. No danger there. But I don't know if Admiral and the boys are going to see this guy in this small building. This is going to be interesting to see if we can get an early fight here. To see if there are any other early fights that we can find. Does not look like it at the moment. These teams could fight pretty soon. I do not believe they are yet, though. They're going to try and kill Siren Ren here. We're getting an ult out from the Ballistic. Got his charge rifle, that auto loader. He saw him running up the mountain. HACC going to turn, see what's going on here. I don't know what Silent Ducky's doing. Siren Ren's just going to run away. Uh-oh, here we go. Going to try and Ash ult up to this egg. Don't want to get killed, get snared, though. Snare lands, and they're going to shoot this player at the lower egg, see if they can get some early KP. They are pretty close right now. That is a cracked Ballistic if I've ever seen one. Mirage looks like he's pretty low. Going to try and bat behind this wall. Natanium. See if he can hit a bat here. Uh-oh, we have a fight. Oh, that's absolutely fried. Admiral kind of destroying Silent Ducky here. Sees the Ballistic on the other building. See if he can get some arc stars and a Q up there. Siren Ren gets him down, and it looks like, or Siren Ren, last one alive. Natanium goes down, and that is 2/3 of HACC down for the count. Roosevelt is going to try and push up here to 3rd, get some early KP. I don't believe they know that it is essentially a fully healed up Purdue Black here. See if we can get some more early fights. It looks like we have a pretty big fight here for Purdue Gold. Both Purdue's getting in some early action. Dreamer is down with just Thrag and Silverhawk remaining. I don't know if they know Nidix is right below them. This could save Bing Apex here, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know if they know. Medic is down. Most likely going to bleed out. Nothing really much you can do if you are this Watson here. Just trying not to die. We're going to hop back on with the Roosevelt boys. I believe they are driving in that Trident. Roosevelt might turn around to shoot him. I don't believe they will. They have driven by. Going to hop back over here. And they still don't know. Okay, that Lifeline's going to take the cannon. I believe he's going to get maybe shot out of the air. And then Purdue Gold rotating out a little bit. See if we can find some more early fights. Kimchi and the boys at Baylor Gold rotating a little bit late through zone. See if they can get some assault bins. They may line up with Kaiser Navy. I believe they are going for the exact same thing. But I do not think they see each other yet. Oh, they are basically going to get to this at exactly the same time, ladies and gentlemen. This is bad. Tomb's going to climb this mountain. He's probably going to see his prey. Uh-oh. Oh, no, he didn't see him. Oh, no. I believe Kimchi saw him, though. This could be a little bit awkward. Tomb's going to come back. He's going to charge that Sentinel. You actually might have seen him charging that Sentinel up. He's going to see one of them. That's an 80 crack. That's a snare. Perfectly snared. And Kimchi. Just like that, that's 2 shots, and you're dead. St. Clair Saints on the other side of the map getting eliminated. Tomb getting this thirst. Looks like Kimchi's friends are just going to run away, see if they can get this assault bin open, get some attachments, loot up a little bit, and get the heck out of Dodge, as they say. Roosevelt playing the late game once more. Going slow and steady. He wins the race after all. Still on white Evos here, but they do have that cat. So I believe Catalyst is getting a little bit of an extra health bump here. Running Longbow Nemesis for Hitbox. Kojesu's on Voldar 3. And Unknown is on Triple Take P20. Uh-oh. Krya and the boys at Royals Apex. Going to get some shots in on Purdue Black over here. Purdue Black's basically just going to try and get out. Camp this edge of zone, get this Evo Harvester, and get the heck out of there. They may even go into zone here. Uh-oh, what is this? This is awkward. They're going to get crack there. What's up, Dan? Going to get a crack here on that team. Coming out of zone. Looks like one of them got knocked to the zone here. Let's see if they can get a res. That's that invisible Mirage res. Admiral's going to get back up. They're just going to go back into zone and play their lives here. But this is interesting. Lifeline's coming out. Royals coming up with some nades, see if they can get some knocks. Not yielding any results. Siren Ren running away. And he is in a very precarious position here. Might get knocked. Uh-oh. Ooh. That's Natanium down. Royals going to be pushing up here, getting very aggressive. That's a good snare. Silent Ducky goes down. Oh, and it's a 1v1. Krya gets the swap, though. Oh, and that is Royals Apex out. And Siren Ren is the last one from HACC healing in the storm. I do not believe they know where he is. And they are just going to try and get this loot and get out of here. Siren Ren playing safe, wait until they go away to pop out of zone, get his teammates' banners, and get the heck out of there. This is only zone 2 after all. Nothing too crazy. I believe they're just looting. Oh, no, they do know he's in there. Okay. They're just chilling for a little bit, seeing if he's going to come out. Let's hop back over here with our Roosevelt boys. Kojestu's at 1 HP. I do not know how that happened. It looks like they do not have any damage yet. But he's going to be med-kitting up, topping off a little bit here. King's College going to be the team that they were just fighting a little bit. ULL Red, a 2-man team. Roosevelt getting easy zone position here. And it looks like Shriner is pretty close to King's College. We're going to hop on here with Shriner. Sloth has probably the best angle on them. If they peek out of that outside, he should have some easy shots. And we will see what happens. I believe he can see them holding the door. Yes, he can. He's going to mark it for his teammates. They're going to set up on this roof to nade it out. See what Sloth does here. Crypto drone comes out. Uh-oh. I didn't see that. That's okay. Roosevelt, seeing if they can get some ping shots in. I'm going to alt-tab here so I can bring up chat. If you're in chat, definitely say hi. Say what's up. Roosevelt going back to their building. No knocks on the other side yet, so why not stabilize over there? Let's see if we can get... Wow, it looks like Bing Apex. One of them is going to go down to zone here. And Nidix is running away, healing a little bit. But HACC, is that... Did HACC get the res off and then kill a team? Wow, that is unbelievable. Good stuff by them, man. Siren Ren was just sitting in zone. He must have got the banners and got out real quick. I do not know if Silent Ducky and Natanium are going to get out, though. It looks like they may go down. I don't know how many heals they have. But we'll see what happens with them. Let's go on board of some other teams here. Southern Mist taking some really great positioning. Might get a knock here. Not able to, though. They did crack a Loba. See how spread out they are? They're so confident in their ability to aim and take space that they can basically take like a pretty big section of the map basically without any problems. Kaiser Lakeland going to take an evac tower here, sit in zone a little bit, see if they can get some better zone positioning where they don't have to go through the best team in the league. But I believe they might have just shot themselves in the foot because they have run up against the best team in the league again, unfortunately. Autoloaders in for Southern Miss. Going to see if they can camp these boys in zone. And Kaiser Lakeland, they know who it is. They're going to see if they can heal this out. Wait till Southern Miss is going away, but Southern Miss has no plans. No immediate plans. This is pretty wild. King's College and Shriner have basically not moved an inch. Shriner's trying to find a way out, though. They take this choke. They're going to go all the way around, and the only team that they have to contest them is ULL, which is a two-man team. So pretty good call out of Shriner here. No way they could have known. What's up, Leswin in chat? Good luck in your ECAC TFT finals tonight, man. We're rooting for you. And it looks like, oh, that's a blue 60 crack. Little snare coming out. Doesn't hit, though. That was pretty ridiculous. They might try and push this team. I don't believe they know that it's a two-man team. If they did, they'd definitely just run them down. But doesn't really look like there's anyone near them, though. Looks like Kaiser Lakeland's going to come out of zone here. Going to try and Ash ult and see if they can get something done on this building. Going to take the snare the Ash ult here. Uh-oh. Lions did not get up. Its Mito is down. Oh, no. They closed the door on him. That's terrible. All right, well, they're going to get that. Yeah, they're going to get that beacon, immediately put him into the res. There's a gold box right next to him. That shouldn't be too bad for them. Roosevelt getting a little damage in. Not too much yet. They're on triple blue. There's nobody left in that building. We are schizophrenic, and there's nothing we can do about it. They don't really have the best zone prio right here. They think that they still want to get some kills off this team, but they don't know there's nobody there. King's College has successfully rotated out the back, and now it looks like the zone is closing on Roosevelt. This does not spell well for the boys. Looks like Purdue Black's going to be pushing up. That's that Dreamcast, Admiral, and Ren Dragon team. Looks like they're going to take some low ground right here in the final zone. And just like that, for some reason, Roosevelt has a little bit of free map control. They can take this building on the edge, and it should be for free. Purdue Black going to be taking this building with our boys over at Kaiser Lakeland. I believe they each know that they're going to be here. Frankly, if I was Roosevelt, I would be... Oh, he's running into zone. Okay. If I was Roosevelt, I'd be taking this building right about now. Looks like they're going to take it right now. Perfect timing. Uh-oh. UMT Maroon getting run down. And Purdue Gold gets 1v2'd. Hushlow, I believe, gets all three. That is unbelievable. UMT Maroon going to reset right on the edge of zone. And look at this. I believe this is final circle. UMT Maroon has a couple rocks, and just like that, they have 3 death boxes right on the edge of zone, and they have edge right there for them. That is pretty unbelievable. Roosevelt, pretty rough rotation here. This is going to be pretty tough. If they want to, they're going to need to go all the way around. They're basically going to need to Ash ult right into that edge right there. Trying to get some kills, trying to get some KP. Right now they do not have any kills, but there are 10 squads left. This is a pretty hectic zone. Let's hop on board with Southern Miss here. Southern Miss basically one good game away from match point. Frankly, they're one mid-game away from match point, because right now they have 4 KP, 10 squads left. They get top 5 with around 10 kills. They're ripe for a match point. This is looking pretty dangerous for them. I think the best thing that could happen to the lobby right now is if Southern Miss didn't get match point right here. Because if they do, it's basically Southern Miss and nobody else. They're going to be running in, see if they can get this kill on the Newcastle. Newcastle's going to be climbing up. That's an 8 damage hit. Another one's going to be climbing up. Absolutely lasered. That's another one. King's College. See you later. And now this is a free-ish rotate for Southern Miss. Only people contesting them are UB Varsity. Let's see how this goes. Oh, brother. Okay. Got one hit on him. I respect it. Southern Miss going to try and get some shots in at the edge of zone here. Who is running across? This is Shriner. Jazzy is down. Sloth is dead. Aquic's going to try and go under, take this low ground, get Bang up, see what he can do. But his Bang is dead. He is now ratting for placement. That is that. Roosevelt right here has a couple small boxes, but this zone position isn't too good. They're going to be looking at Kaiser over here. That select fire. Oh, yeah, that select fire charge rifle is about to sing. Putting that mobile shield down, see if they can get some shots in here. Roosevelt is right beneath them, though. I don't think they know. They're going to want to heal a little bit. No KP yet for your Lakers. Never mind. That's a knock right there for Hitbox. See if we can get a nade in right there, see what they can do. I believe Kaiser knows that there is a team right below them. I just don't know if they want to push it. I think they do. I think they're going to go for it. They're going to try and snare that. We do have Asholt in our back pocket. That's a little vert nade right there. I don't believe that's going to hit, though. This Arc Scar is going to come down. Gets zapped by the Newcastle ult. This Thermite just landed on them. Okay. Not a bad position here for Kaiser Lakeland. They are moving up, though. Roosevelt is still there. Looks like it's Meadows getting in. They have a knock. Oh, no. Oh, no. This could be the end for Roosevelt Lakers. That's one knock. Unknown is the last one alive, and Roosevelt is down in 7th place. That's looking a little bit rough. UB Varsity, last one alive. That's a nade right to your face. Doesn't hit anything because of the ult. Gonna go in, try and clean this up. Uh-oh. There we go. That's UB Varsity dead, done, and dusted. Southern Miss. 5, 9, 12 kills. Purdue Black sitting at the edge of zone. That is around 9 kills for Purdue Black. They could be making a little bit of a second or third place run here. Yeah, I believe those beams are coming out from Southern Miss there. Shriner. Aquic's just playing for placement here. I don't know how much KP his team has. Let's see. Shriner has 3 KP right now. Just going to try and stay alive. I don't think anyone can see him. He's going to only have to crawl forward a little bit to get into zone. Let's see what our boys at Kaiser Lakeland are doing. They're taking a few chunks from zone here. Moving up a little bit. Oh, boy. There's that charge rifle. Looks like Angry Donald's going to go down. But they do have a little bit of cover here with the mobile shield. Going to get that res shield up a little bit. Aquix is right behind them. Oh, my God. He could snare them, and he could vertinate them right behind them and snare them and then just fry them. They have no idea. Frankly, Loba's out. You kill the Newcastle right now if I'm him. But he is playing a devilish placement here. Kaiser Lakeland dead. Southern Miss. That's the last full team alive. They're going to get some vertinades in, and it looks like this may be it for Aquix. Yeah, that's an Ash jump. Southern Miss. That's 2 in a row. I mean, yeah, what can you say at this point, right? That's 2 games in a row for Southern Miss. They may be speed running this, ladies and gentlemen. If I have done my math correctly, I believe Southern Miss will be on match point after 2 games. That has to be a next level speed run from the boys over at Southern Miss. Really not much you can do. Let's switch back over to the Yeah, you see that fancy transition. I know you like that. All right, let's hop on with Southern Miss here. They are dropping Trials and this area over here. But since nobody contested them, this is actually interesting. Since nobody contested them, all of Skyhook is free. That's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Not only do they have West Skyhook and Trials, because I don't believe Trials is a POI. Yeah, Trials is not a POI. So they have West Skyhook, which is basically the western part of Skyhook and Trials. And they have all of East Skyhook, which basically gives them the top corner of the map for completely free. Somebody has to stop these guys. It's crazy. But with all due respect, amazing stuff coming out of the Western or the Southern Miss program. Amazing Apex team. Really, really cool to see our first dominant team here in college Apex. Good news about this kind of team is that now everybody has a goal just to be better than Southern Miss, which I think is really good for the competition in the league. Trials getting finished here by T-Hales, gold backpack, some Evo caches, a bunch of ammo all over the floor, and they're going to have exactly what they want in the rotation. X-Mank running L-Star Eva with a purple scope right off drop, and Eva 8, of course. Ozen Boy, that's going to be charge rifle, seeing if he can find a select fire. All blue attachments with a 30-30. That is a pretty bold approach. I believe he'll be switching out that 30-30 for something, most likely a car SMG at some point. And then T-Hales, the one that did Trials, that's going to be purple mag, 3X HCOG, and an R99. As you can see here, there's literally nobody near them. They have all of this side of the map. The next closest person is Fuel Esports. I believe that's Fanshawe Fuel over there. Let's check in with our boys real quick at Roosevelt University. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, but I do believe that your placing in this tournament, regardless of whether you win or not, can net you a trophy, so there at least is something that other people are playing for. So it might be top 3 like some other teams do. But Kaiser Navy gonna be getting some shots in. They're gonna port up to this building, gonna get a downward look on Roosevelt here. That's some free shots, but they don't. Oh, that's 60 blue on Kojestu right there. They're gonna be snaring that shield. Tomb gets cracked. And then they're going to be trying to nade him out. Hitbox takes the port up to the other building. That was a really, really bad port. Looks like the rest of the team's going to have to jump with them. Jump down with the P-20s is going to be successful. And they're going to get 2. Roosevelt going to see if they can finish this up here. Oh, no, that's 1. This might be a 1v3 incoming, ladies and germs. Let's check in with Tomb here. It is just 1-2-3 batting up. I believe it's going to be 1-2-3 versus Hitbox. That door is going to be covered. Going to nade it out. Going to run away. Looks like he's going to try and get the res off. Oh, no, he doesn't get it off. Little L-Star shots coming in. 1-2-3 is low HP. And it looks... Oh, no. That's 1 HP right there for 1-2-3. And Kaiser Navy gets eliminated by your boys in green at Roosevelt. That has to be a really big breath of fresh air for Roosevelt right there. One good game, maybe a top 3 with around 10 KP could definitely net them within the top 3 if they play their cards right. And if a couple other teams struggle a little bit, that is a huge relief for them after that pretty dodgy cat or that ash port right there. And now I believe they have a bunch of open space. I mean, hey, at this point, Southern Miss doesn't even care. They're just looking for kills. They know that they're pretty confident on the map. Looks like Cat U's fighting over here. Let's hop on over with them fighting against Bing Apex. Looks like Bing already has 3 KP between the lot of them. That's a down right here. Icy's going to go down as well, and Risky is last alive just like that. Cat U, I believe, was top 4 coming into this. They're having a couple rough games here. Definitely don't like to see it if you are them. And Bing Apex getting a little bit of KP out of this. That's 5 KP for them. And Risky, ratting a little bit. Going to be popping a little Phoenix kid here. Seeing if he can get some health back. I believe they might be rotating out. So there's a chance that Risky can get banners. But we'll definitely have to see. It looks like Roosevelt perched right here between a bunch of teams. Unknown gets a knock on Lazy Poo. They are going to port up to this building. This is actually very smart. Get out of the fight. It's only ring 2. See if they can get in the building. Get out with their lives. Looks like we have around 4 KP for the boys in green right now. King's College coming in. That's a crack. That's a crack on a Bangalore? I don't know what Bangalore that is. I don't know if we're... Oh, we are playing Bangalore. Okay, we're Ash, Bang, and Newcastle right now. A little bit more confident for us. We were not doing too well. And just like that, Unknown is at 1 HP. If he gets naded here, that is a done deal for him. Just hopes that nobody peeks him on the far side. I don't believe they see him yet. Oh my god, he can get it off. And it looks like he's going to be safe. Almost got himself killed with the door. We should be okay. They're going to stabilize here. This is in zone, so they can turn around and shoot. And we will see what they're planning to do. Uh-oh. That is a really good snare. Very good responsive mobile shield, though. Definitely get out without having to heal or anything. King's College being very aggressive here. UMT, a couple people going down. Angry Donald going down. And it looks like Cat U gets all their players up in round 2 ring. See if we can hop on with anybody here. Bing Apex looking okay. UB Varsity looking okay. It looks like we have a fight here between Maverick and another team. 2 strokes. Getting chased down a little bit by Purdue Black here. I don't know if they know exactly where he is. I believe they do. Going to be coming around the corner here, seeing if they can land a snare, but they cannot. He is going to be hitting off that EMP. They have not found him yet. See if they can turn the corner here. I don't know where he is just yet. See if they can scout him out. And Maverick down for the count. See if we can find another team here. Fuel Esports running up on, I believe this is one of the Baylors. This is Baylor Gold. Ash almost gets cracked. Fuse nades going out. They have a lot of people right in front of them that they could be shooting at, but they do not shoot at anybody. The average Fuse player, ladies and gentlemen, using your little nades before your gun. Of course, Apex Legends, a first-person shooter, not a first-person grenader. Looks like this Rampart's going to be taking out this Sheila, waiting for this ult to go away. That's a nade in there. They are absolutely fried. Going to try and get out with the Ash ult. Take this bridge. And Reflex Raiders is going down. Hitbox here. Trying to find some damage on Bing Apex A. I don't believe that... Oh, they see someone right there. And get some early shots in. Jonathan or Kojestu did just put his wall down. They're just going to try and get out of this fight. This is not a good fight for them. My only issue here is that Unknown is in a pretty bad spot. They kind of just left him. They ported away without him. I do not believe they see him. They do see him now. There's a good chance they can get some shots on him here. He is going to try to... It looks like they're going to have to give him cover fire, but Cat U comes in from the back. Kojestu and Hitbox are going to try and run away here. I believe they'll get out. But Unknown 77 is going to be tough. Oh my god, what a rotate over the rocks by Unknown. That is absolutely unbelievable. Cat U pulls up. And now, Bing Apex is going to have to reset here. Papa gets cracked. Lifeline Q comes out. He gets cracked. Unknown coming out of zone here. I believe they should be okay. Is that Horizon Q? That's a Horizon Q, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a Horizon in the game. And it looks like Unknown might be getting run down here in zone. This is good for Roosevelt, though, if they can just make sure not to die. No smoke here for Unknown. They are going to be faced with an interesting dilemma here. Papa is in zone. Going to be coming out of zone late. Kojestu and them do need to turn around to make sure they don't die. That's a good smoke there. Mobile shield comes out. Kojestu almost dead and dead there. That is not good for Roosevelt. Kojestu basically the only person you want to make sure doesn't die there. Pretty unbelievable that that Bing Apex gets a kill. Pretty unlucky there. Fuel Esports getting eliminated on the other side of the map. And Unknown trying to get out with his life. He's going to die here. That is just so tragic. And Roosevelt's chances here at ECAC Apex Legends are getting smaller and smaller by the second. They do have a support legend, so there's a chance they can craft, but there are no crafters nearby. Looking pretty rough. Hitbox solo Ash here. If there is a character to be solo, kind of want it to be Ash. Very small hitbox. Hitbox with the small hitbox, of course. And it looks like Bing Apex is going to be running away in zone here. Roosevelt having a little bit of some unlucky breaks, some poor decision making here. I believe that's one of their biggest issues. Of course, shooting straight is not a problem for them. They're all seasoned controller players on the games they like to play. Hitbox having a building for free here, but that may not last too long. Southern Miss, let's hop on with them here. Only 1 KP for Southern Miss. Maybe they are, in their own definition, playing it safe. Other members of the team covering TJ Hales here, going to try and drop down on this rampart. That rampart's dead. That Ash is dead, and Baylor Gold is dead to Southern Miss. 3 KP for them. And they do have a pretty good spot here in zone. Basically nobody else contesting them. There is a crafter, but Hitbox does not know that King's College is right on the other side. He's going to try and craft some banners here. Frankly, I would have just gone for it, because you can get those banners from behind. Oh, there was a crafter behind him, but I guess there's nothing he could do. Yeah, I'd craft right there. Way to craft, big man. You get both banners. You get out. Not too bad. See if you can get a res in. This is a pretty unlucky spot to res because there are people right in front of him, but he's going to get it off. Do not know if they can shoot him down, though. King's College getting in a fight here. Might get wiped. Hitbox going back to that monument building. He has like 1 HP left. Just doesn't want to go down. And Kojestu and Unknown coming in off that dropship. Good news for Roosevelt. This King's College fight is not over yet. They are going to get eliminated. But Kojestu and Unknown are already in. And they are back in the fight, ladies and gentlemen. What a res from Hitbox there. Absolutely sensational. What can you even say about it? Hitbox trying to get some angles in. They want to push this. They would just want to go in. Nading that lower door, Kojestu. Pretty low. That's a crack there. Oh, and that Ash. That Ash is pretty low. They're going to see if they can hop in here. Got a swap maybe. Kojestu just cannot be going down right now. Going bottom floor. Climbing up a little bit. They're going to see if they can get in this building. Kick it down. That's a crack. Oh, no. 1 HP. No. Hitbox alone. Let's see if he can swap here. Cannot swap, and Roosevelt gets destroyed. Oh, my God. That is absolutely terrible from Roosevelt. I'm not going to lie. I run the whole ship over here, and that was pretty bad. Oh, man. You have a 3v2 or a 3v1. You have a knockdown holding the door. It's a 2v1. None of you have shields. You don't get away. You don't shield up. Hitbox is looting a death box. Not shielding up, and he gets shot in the back while the other guy has 1 HP. That's pretty unbelievable. There is a good chance that Roosevelt's College Apex Legends season is over with that. That is pretty unlucky for the boys. But we are going to continue on here with Southern Miss. Now that the boys at Roosevelt are down for the count, we are just going to be hanging on with them. This is looking pretty good for them. They have all of this upper epicenter rock here. TJ Hales and the boys trying to make some moves. Trying to climb up on this building, see if they can take this building from this other team. If they do take this building, that is some pretty prime position from them. Absolutely no one contesting them. Looks like they're just going to move on to the, I believe that's a bridge. Get some shots. Purdue Black are the only ones that can contest. Man, you get an easy crack there and you don't push. That's how scary Southern Miss is, ladies and gentlemen. Ozenboy going to get a free reset there. They're going to get some zone position, and that is where we stand. If you are spectating at home, let us know what game you are a supporter of or what team you are a supporter of. If you're coming here from another game, let us know what games you play. If you go to a college here in the ECAC that participates in these seasons, let us know what college that is. I believe T. Hales just used one of his ports just to pour it back up from the lava down there. This is looking pretty good for the boys over at Southern Miss. He does have a select fire on his charge rifle. Oh. Yeah, 75 perp to the body is pretty ridiculous. Respawn, what are you doing? Nerf that gun. Pretty insane. Looks like Bing Apex going to be taking a firm spot in a building, or I guess on some stairs here. Oh my God, in zone. They do have a lot of cover. It's not a solidified building per se. But there is another team right above them. Let's see if that team's going to do anything about it. I believe they know where they are, so they can technically look down on them, get some shots in. But that fight is going to be pretty interesting. Looks like we have Shriner moving into zone here. Cat U with a rat. Icy hopping down onto the lava there, taking some damage, and that's going to be it for Cat U. GG's Cat U. If this was it, I salute you guys. See you in the afterlife. Shriner going to be going up against Purdue Gold here. Purdue Gold getting in those draws. That's a crack. And Purdue Gold going to be getting wiped out there. Shriner down as well. UB Varsity pushing up. And frankly, this is, this is Southern Misses for the taking, honestly. They have good long-range weaponry. T. Hales is getting some early poke damage on the boys over there under that Newcastle ult. And it's looking pretty good. Basically, the only ones that can do anything are Purdue Black, and they are sitting in a building doing nothing. So, the sad thing for them is that Southern Miss still knows they're there. Frankly, if I were them, I would have tried to push when you cracked that ballistic before. But that's just me. Look, no backseat gaming, guys. I apologize. It looks like Bing Apex, UB Varsity, Purdue, and Southern Miss are going to be the last ones alive. They do know where their prey is, and they also know that the only ones that can push them out of zone is that team in that building right there. So they know exactly what they need to do. Looks like they're pushing out. T. Hale's getting an extremely advantageous position. Snares, 3 of them. Newcastle ult comes out, so I believe that'll cut that snare off. I believe it'll stop it where it is. And somehow Purdue Black get out with their lives, but that may not be forever as a Horizon ult comes in. Ren Dragon absolutely smoked. We're going to get on board here with Dreamcast hiding behind the mobile shield. And this may end it all here, folks. This might be the last fight. Purdue Black eliminated. Bing Apex taking the kills. Bing Apex a 2-man team with no shields. But I know exactly what Southern Miss is doing. They don't care about that team in purple. They care about the other team. They care about UB Varsity. That is the only thing between them and victory. Medic's going down. Papa last one alive. Papa looking for angles, going to try and get his Horizon up here. I believe he may barely have time to get him up, but this ballistic Q is going to come in. Oh man, we may be witnessing the end here, folks. That is it for Medic. Medic goes down. Bing Apex is eliminated, and the last team is in shambles. Ladies and gentlemen, it is looking like Southern Miss will be your 2025 ECAC Spring Champions. That is all she wrote. 3 in a row. Speed run. Thanks for getting me out of here quick. It could have gone up to 6 games, but I appreciate the Southern Miss boys getting it over with. That is absolutely clinical from the boys over at Southern Mississippi. T. Hales, Ozenboy, and X-Mank absolutely running the lobbies down. Let's check some final stats here before we congratulate them formally. Hit the standings. It is all over. 3 wins in a row, average placing of 1.0, 48 kills. I'm no mathematician, but that's a lot of kills per game. 84 score, and the next highest score is Shriner at a third of Southern Miss's. Southern Miss got more kills than 4 times the next highest score. That is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in chat, say hi, as we are all done with the bracket. That is it. There she wrote. Everybody say GG's in chat. I appreciate you all sticking around. Frankly, I would have done it till 10 p.m., but they got they got us out of here early. It's only 8:30 Central. I appreciate it, everybody. Gonna hit a GG's everyone in the Discord. Heart emoji. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. GG's to Southern Miss. And, of course, we have a bot in the chat. That is absolutely terrible. Roosevelt getting top 10. Can't complain about it. 8 kills, 18 points, tied with Kaiser Lakeland. Wouldn't rather do it with anybody else. I appreciate the boys playing. And thank you guys all for watching. That'll do it for me here in the Roosevelt Lakers Esports production booth. My name has been McDonald Bergerson. And I'll see you guys all next time.